We have some major updates for the Phoenix Suns as the Kevin Durant situation just took a major turn. As we all know, the Suns completely mishandled Kevin Durant at this year's trade deadline, leading all the reports, all the fans to believe he's getting dealt in this offseason. However, things have just changed as we have new insights in terms of the Suns head coaching search and just philosophical changes that are going on with Phoenix that frankly have affected the future and what people are expecting Kevin Durant to do to choose to decide out here in this offseason whether he's going to demand and pursue a trade away from the Phoenix Suns or actually suit up in the purple and orange once again. So we're going to break down what the latest reports are saying regarding this Kevin Durant situation, everything that's brought us here to this point, and frankly, what Suns fans should expect from Kevin Durant going into this offseason now with a lot of things at play at the moment. So lots of stuff to break down, but folks, again, if you're a part of the 67% of our viewers that haven't hit the subscribe button just yet and want to stay up to date with everything regarding the Phoenix Suns, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because we're delivering daily Phoenix Suns content to keep you, in the know with what's happening with this Phoenix Suns team. Appreciate every single one of you that have been tuning in and all the support we've been getting since I've joined out here on the channel. But let's dive into it because there's a lot of stuff to really discuss. As we all know, Kevin Durant chose to come to Phoenix, is a legendary basketball player. Everyone was amped up, and frankly, he's lived up to his side of the bargain in terms of being productive out there in the basketball court. Yes, there's been some injuries. Yes, he might want to, there's been some criticism thrown here or there, but KD has remained a very effective basketball player since he's requested a trade to the Phoenix Suns, and, he's lived up to his side. But the Suns just haven't been able to put together the right roster, the right construction, the right, pieces to maximize the, two generational talents you have in Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and that's just the reality of what's going on. And given the fact the Suns didn't even make the play-in this year, it's clear as to why a guy that's 36 years old would be wanting his way out, especially after the team was willing to give him up leading into this year's trade deadline. So after that whole messy situation. So all eyes, everyone expected Matt Ishbia, the Phoenix Suns, to appease Kevin Durant and deal him away in the offseason, and that's what a lot of the reports have come out. But things have taken a major turn over the past couple of weeks. We'll break down some of the reports we've already touched on first, as basically Chris Haynes revealed that the Suns intend to move away from trying to build around a couple of stars and having a more defensive-minded and tough players that allows them to be more physical. Now, a few people have looked at this report and read it as, hey, Matt Ishbia is going to trade Kevin Durant and try to just be a gritty upstart team that's moving in that direction. Some people have read it like that, or it's like, hey, we'll keep Kevin Durant here, but we'll stop doing these crazy trades like acquiring Bradley Beal or trying to get this biggest name flashy player out there in the Suns team and focus on building a well-rounded roster. So that's, how the two interpretations of the reports. So not a lot has been taken away from that one there. But then we discussed how in a recent video, how if the Suns sign a hard-nosed, largely respected head coach, there's a possibility where Kevin Durant stays in Phoenix per Chris Haynes. So this is where the excitement, because I know a lot of people love having Kevin Durant on the team. It's a big name. He's fun to watch. He's so smooth out there on the basketball court. People want KD out there on the squad, out there on this team. So it'd be disappointing after, just a short time with a generational talent for him to just be off to another team as it is what it is. He couldn't capitalize. He couldn't win out there in that moment. But the Suns make some decisions. They get something right in regards to, bringing a head coach. There's a possibility that Kevin Durant stays. Now, what has that led to? Because essentially, what makes me more optimistic? And I'll before I bring that up, first, there's some people asking in the comment section, do I expect KD to stay? Do I expect him not to? I've been in the camp, I do expect KD to leave. We've seen him try to maximize his chances of winning. Him staying just rationally on a team that didn't make the play-in tournament, I think he's going to try to force his way out. That's what Rich Kleiman, that's what a lot of the reports have indicated. I think the Suns' chances of appeasing him, I think they're going to fall short just in terms of the patterns of behavior we've seen from Kevin Durant in the past. But things that have kind of changed my mind, have swayed me a little bit in the direction of it actually being possible of him returning, are reports like this. That, of course, the hard-nosed head coach thing, that is what it is. But, Brett Siegel coming out and saying that Ishbia and the Suns will not accept less value in a trade involving Kevin Durant than they initially sent out to get him. Sources say, at 36 years old, Kevin Durant is still one of the most dynamic scorers in the NBA. And Phoenix understands that they would be aiding any team's championship pursuit by handing them a future Hall of Famer on a silver platter. So I saw a report that came out from Brett Siegel, and I love this approach from Matt Ishbia. Again, there's a lot of criticism thrown the way at Matt Ishbia, but he's passionate about the team, and I like that he's not going to be willing to give away Kevin Durant for pennies. And the tone of that report, the tone of that means even if KD's out there yapping, out there spatting, and kicks up a stink in terms of getting out of Phoenix, Matt Ishbia is not willing to sacrifice on a deal. Now, realistically, do I think there's a world where you're getting, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, multiple first-round picks-esque package back for Kevin Durant? No. We have to be a bit realistic here. We have to understand Kevin Durant is multiple years older. The Suns are in a little bit of a desperate spot. Not completely desperate. They still have some leverage, but the team that didn't make the play-in last year, not a ton you're coming to the bargaining table with there, except the fact that Kevin Durant is under contract for your team. I do expect there to be a bidding war. I expect there to be multiple teams interested in Kevin Durant, so don't get me wrong with any of that. But I don't think that Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson and multiple first-round picks is going to be the level of package that the Suns are able to get back in one of these deals. So what does this mean? Because the report went on to say that none of the Suns' 3 stars, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal, were pleased with Budenholzer's coaching last season, and an immediate change was needed, which is why Ishbia management stepped in ahead at the end of the season. Who the team hires as their next head coach will have a clear impact on Kevin Durant's future in the desert. No matter what happens in Phoenix, the goal of contending and winning right now is Durant's only focus. He declined any involvement in trade talks at the deadline when he caught wind the front office was dealing his name across the NBA because the fact that they truly want to finish the year in Phoenix. So basically, what we can gather from all this is Kevin Durant is still cool with being in Phoenix. He chose to be here. He chose to be on the Phoenix Suns. That is all still the same. It's not like, he just hates Arizona now at this point and wants to get out of there and leave. But his main focus, his main thought process, his main feeling is going out there and winning games. That's 36 years old. It makes sense for a guy in his position, his stature. It's still putting up ridiculous stats the NBA, like 26 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on remarkably efficient shooting. Kevin Durant, he is, trying to control his own destiny and get to a spot where he is competing for championships. And not being in the play-in tournament, you get why he's he's looking for that and willing to leave and trying to get out of that situation. That's the case. But if there's a coach that's brought in, and this is where, the new coaching discussions end up coming into play, because a variety of coaching candidates exist here now for the Phoenix Suns. And it's not all the realm of possibility. Ishbia tried to bring a fresh, younger voice the Stars relate to better. But the Cavs associate head coach Johnny Bryant, Houston Rockets assistant coach Royal Ivey, and Ben Sullivan, as well as Miami Heat associate head coach Chris Quinn, are a list of candidates presented by Mike Scotto of Hoopside. So the name on this list that we've already discussed a bit, but is now getting thrown out in another report, is Royal Ivey, who has a previous relationship with Kevin Durant, who did a phenomenal job with South Sudan out there in terms of national competition. Royal Ivey is the guy that could be that hard-nosed head coach that has a relationship with KD that the Suns are willing to bring in and to say, hey, this is the guy that can come in, be not Mike Budenholzer, right? Focus, locked in. The Stars actually like him, and he's done a good job in different places. That is a coach that I would not be shocked if the Phoenix Suns hire him. And then if he is brought in, if he is the next coach for the Phoenix Suns, I would not be surprised if Kevin Durant is wearing a Phoenix Suns uniform next season. So let me know what you guys think about all of that in the comment section down below. Lots of reports, lots of stuff consistently coming out regarding this whole KD scenario. So let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section. You guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers.